Claire. As I said, my name is Claire, and today we're gonna read a book. A book name is, let me use my feet to put this closer. Good. About a book. Name is My First Treasury of Snowy Tales. As I remember, we had read this book, but not read all of them. I'm gonna have some chapter we haven't read, and I have two of them. One is a short one, and one is fast, and the one is the faster one. And the first one is named Sledding Trouble. It's about a little bunny and her new sled. So let's read it, and then we can learn a lesson about it too. Hoppy Bunny had a brand new sled. It was shiny and green, and she knew it would whiz down the slopes. "Can I come sledding too?" asked Fluffy Bunny. "Oh, I think Fluffy Bunny wants to play too." "No," said Hoppy. "No one can ride my sled except me." I know she's a little bit rude, because she didn't want to share her sled with anyone. Hoppy dragged her sled outside. Cat waved at her from his garden. "Are you going sledding?" called Cat. Hoppy nodded. "Can I come?" "No," said Hoppy. "I don't have a sled, and you don't have a sled, and I'm not sharing mine." You see, she is rude, and I wonder where could she come? I mean, where would she come to? When Hoppy reached the bottom of a hill, oh, I know it. She's gonna go to a hill. She saw Mouse. "Shall I help you pull your sled to the top?" asked Mouse. "We can zoom down together." "No," said Hoppy. "I want to ride all by myself." Why isn't she want to share with everyone? I wondered that. Hoppy dragged her sled to the top of the hill on her own. It was hard work with no one to help her. She reached at the top of the hill and turned the sled to face the slope. All of a sudden, the sled began to slide down the hill all by itself. I think she needs some friends to help her. I think there's some birds trying to stop the sled. And those birds are so cute. In the winter, those birds, the illustration decorate them by make them to wear a Christmas hat. So cute. Wait, is this a robin bird or something? "Oh no!" cried Hoppy as she watched the sled whiz away. She began to run down the hill after it, but she slipped and tumbled into the snow. She came to stop by her sled near the bottom of the hill. "Oh, Hoppy. Maybe now I think she's gonna need some friends to help her." When I'm slip when I bump into snow, it must be really cold because, the snow is super cold. It's like you're holding in frozen ice. I never stop. It'd be really cold, you know. Just then, Hoppy saw Fluffy playing in the snow with Cat and Mouse. They are having lots of fun. Hoppy felt sad. Sledding is no fun on my own, she said. Hoppy jumped on the sled and slid down the hill to where the three friends were playing. Yeah, playing on your own yourself is really bored. You will need some friends to play with. That's why her friends asked her. Oh, I do love the activities we're playing. Throwing snowball, making a snowman. I gonna love their activities. I'm sorry I didn't want to share, said Hoppy. Do you still want to come sledding? Of course we do, they said together. The friends raced to the top of the slope. Hoppy and Fluffy sat on the sled and held on tightly as Cat gave them a big push. Now they're really good friends. I know they're gonna make it good friends. The friends spent the whole afternoon having fun. They took it in turns to pull the sled up the hill and zoom down again. I do wish to zoom on the sled, but in my world, there's no snow to play. Hoppy was glad she finally decided to share her new sled, and her friends were too. So that's the end of the first one. And then we're going to have a next one to make this longer. And as I remembered it, just nearly there. Wait a minute. As I know, this is another story. Its name is Winter in the Garden. That means winter in a beautiful garden. Whoa. And this picture, as I seen, is her dad decorate the garden with lots of lanterns that look so really, really beautiful there, with snow also. And I also see a small little slide. Whoa, their house has so many things to decorate. It even have mushrooms growing in the garden? So cute! Okay, let's read this. It was winter in the garden and Little Mouse was sad. I wonder why she's sad. She missed the pretty flower and the leaves in the tree once had. Her daddy knew just what to do. I got a plan, he said. Wait. I think when I read some of those first sentences, I think we're gonna have no lesson in the second story. I think we'll just have a lesson in the first story. I think like that. Okay, let's continue reading. I've got a plan, he said. I wonder what do he want to do? He twists lights around branches and put lanterns by the shed. I wonder where is the shed? You need a blanket, Daddy said, and a hot drink from the house. Ooh, their house looks so beautiful. There has a sink. Wait! I think when they want to wash things or something, they must need a chair because as a sink, I see even nearly taller than Daddy Mouse. Yeah, a dude taller than him. Little Mouse wondered why. "You're see," said Daddy Mouse. "But I wish I had one of these animals and play with them, because they look so adorable, and also the place we lived." This gonna be my favorite activities. Melting marshmallows. Because, I a little bit like to eating sweets. Though, do you like eating sweets? Put in a comment. Outside was a crackling campfire and twinkling fairy lights. Those are lanterns, not fairy lights. "It's a magic garden," cried Little Mouse as she hugged her daddy tight. Mousy, Little Mouse, this is not really a magic one. Your dad just hung some lights, and it do pretty." Oh, it done 2 of those stories. So now let's have a summaries. For the first story is the sledding. Let's see that. Wait me a little minute. Sledding trouble. As I know. There was a little rabbit named Hoppy and her new sled. It was shiny and bright green, and she loves it. And she wants to play with it every winter. And she didn't want to share it with anyone she saw. Another little bunny named is Fluffy Bunny also wanted to play with sled with Hoppy Bunny, but Hoppy Bunny said no. And then she said, "This is my new sled, and I'm not gonna share it with anyone," she said, and then she dragged away. Then she saw Cat. Cat called, "Are you wanted to sled?" He asked. Hoppy nodded, and then Cat called, "Can I sled too?" he asked. "No, you don't have a sled, and I do not want to share it with you," said Hoppy. As she dragged to the bottom of the hill, there was Mouse. Mouse also wanted to play, and then he asked, "Can I help you to pull up a sled? We can zoom all together to the bottom of the hill," he said. "Nope, I do not want to share my sled with anyone," Hoppy said, and then she dragged her sled up to the top of a hill. And then, when she nearly sat on it, then sled on its own. Hoppy tried to stop it, but it's too late. She slipped. And then she slipped. And then she said, "This is no fun when you play sledding on your own," she said, sledding on her own down the hill. And then she sat down quietly, looking at her friends playing. And then she comes and says to everyone, "I'm sorry I didn't want to share. Did you still want to play sled?" she asked. "We all are," they all said. Then they started to play together. And the lesson or a moral in the story as I learned is, do not be too rude or too mean. You could just share your toys or your things together. Yeah, and I learned about it for a good life. And the next one is Winter in the Garden. This garden, Winter in the Garden. Once there was a little mouse lived with her Daddy Mouse. She is missing a pretty flower, and what she saw is snow and snow and snow. And Daddy Mouse had a plan. "I have a plan," he said. Then he took out all of the lights in the shelf and twisting them on the branches and then hang them on the snow and trees. And then he took out a chair, and then he said, "You need a blanket and some hot drink." Little Mouse wondered why. When she go outside with her dad, she cried, "This is a magic garden!" And she also saw the fire crackling. And then we all sat together in the blanket and then melted some marshmallows. It's still a really fun activity. So it's all. If you like this, please have a like and a subscribe, and do not forget to ring a bell. Ding! Bye-bye!